Yeah, good morning everybody. Good morning, very good morning. So how you people are doing? How is the study going on? Am I audible? Am I visible? Good morning everybody. Good morning. So you people are enjoying your study, enjoying your classes. So should I start? It is 11:30. Yeah. Am I audible? Okay. All good there? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So see, we were talking about, we will be talking about some of the things in the news last week. We have seen the wholesale price inflation spikes to a record high, as food and fuel prices were very high during this period. So these were something in news in the Hindu, Indian Express, everywhere you will have seen this news, I think. And some growth thing was talked by Asian Development Bank, that it has, I mean, whatever was its expectation, whatever was its estimation, that they have reduced the growth percentage they expected for India. So we'll be talking about all these and many other things. Okay. So let's start with that news, which says like wholesale price inflation spikes to a record high, to a record as food and fuel surge. Okay, so it is talking about wholesale prices very, I mean, was during this period was at a record high. During this period, mean in November. In November, it is said as 14.2%. In November, it was said as 14.2%. So what are these percentages? How to understand these inflation percentages? We'll be talking about that as well. I mean, apart from those figures or those news in the newspaper, we'll be trying to understand how to read those percentages, how to understand those percentages, and what is the meaning from where they are comparing, how they are. We'll be looking into this as well, so that whole picture can be understood. So see, wholesale price index. First, you need to understand this wholesale price index is a measurement of inflation. Measurement of inflation. So inflation can be measured with other indexes as well. For example, CPI, Consumer Price Index, or wholesale price index, or consumer price index in itself is of many kinds. So yes, this should I. The pen is visible. Okay. I can take a little thicker one. I think this one is better. Okay. Okay, yes. So wholesale price index. See, it is talking about wholesale price index went up to like this 14.2% in November. So what does it mean? And in October it was 12.5%. So how they are measuring this? We'll be looking this in this as well. Okay. Or the inflation during this period is like very high. It was not supposed to be this much high. Inflation is yes, inflation percentage is record high. This was not supposed to be because of food inflation. It is talking about food is I mean primary food inflation, and I mean continuous price rise in mineral, fuel, power, and oil and gases. So these are the things there in the they're in the WPI basket because of the prices of these items are very high during this period. That's why WPI is showing this much, I mean, a huge number. 14.2% is a huge number. The last eight months in row has witnessed double-digit WPI inflation. Double-digit WPI inflation means it was more than, I mean, 10%, at least 10%. 10% means at least double-digit, 10%, 11%, like that. And in November, it went like 14.2%. So how to read this? So three things over here is, one is percentage, another is WPI. When we say WPI, now WPI, or when we say inflation, very first thing is inflation. When we say inflation, inflation means price increment. Price increment in one item or price increment in many items? Average price increment in many items. Okay, average price increment in many items, and those many items will be grouped. Those many items will be grouped in a basket. Those many items will be grouped in a basket. Okay, every item, I mean all items are on, but we cannot measure every items now. So first we make a basket. In this basket we keep items. In these basket we keep items. So when we are talking about WPI, so WPI is nothing but a basket of goods and services. I mean, services are not there in the WPI, but you can take services in other inflation index as well. Index. So whenever we say WPI, WPI is a basket, and in this basket you will keep all those items in which you are going to measure inflation, in which you are going to measure the price increment. For example, WPI is having 699 items these days. 699 items these days. It will be including food, it will be including fuel, it will be including all these things. See, mineral, fuel, power, oil, gas, mineral. Okay, it will be including power and oil, gas. Power means electricity, electricity and power. Okay, so this is how it will be including. It will be including 699 items. So this is basically a basket. WPI is basically a basket. And try to understand. We'll be understanding over here only. LPG cylinders, yes. Yeah, okay. You are talking about this is like LPG cylinder. Huh? You are saying like that. Huh? So it is a basket. It is a basket. In these basket, you are keeping items, and these items you need to understand. These items you need to understand will be used when we say a WPI. When we say WPI basket will be used by producer. WPI basket will be, this basket is generally used by producers. This basket is used by producers, used by producers to make items, to produce items, to produce product. Okay, to make products. Got the point? So these items would be generally or normally not finished items. The item which is kept in the basket of WPI will be not finished item, because these will be used by producer to make products. Okay, so all these items will be majorly, these items would be like these items. So what items would be there? There would be like raw material. There would be like energy and fuel. There would be like energy and fuel. There would be like minerals. There would be like minerals. There would be like food items, minerals. There would be like food items mean primary products. When I say primary products is basically all those products which we take from nature directly. Primary products are basically raw materials. Yes, yes. Primary products are basically raw materials, because primary product means we get from nature. What we get from nature is called primary product. Whatever we get from nature, basically all those agriculture products, all those minerals, all those stones. Okay, so whatever we get directly from nature is called primary products. So these will be basically raw materials and all. Okay, ores, yes, minerals and ores and all that. So you will be witnessing in this basket I am talking about. This is basket of WPI. In this basket you will be witnessing all those items which is generally or normally used by producer to make products. Got the point? So when I say WPI inflation, when I say WPI inflation, it simply means that all these items are getting costly. All these items are getting costly. Yes or no? It is, I mean, when I say WPI inflation is, for example, WPI inflation in November is said as 14.2%. WPI inflation in November is said as 14.2%. I think I can make some blank pages over here only. So it is all right. I'm writing over here. You people are understanding. These are some basic things I'm talking. I mean, I should talk about. I should write these separately. Okay. Okay. No problem. Okay. Okay. But just listen to me very carefully. So, I can create some pages over here. Okay, I'll be writing over here. No issue. Please try to understand. So WPI inflation. When I'm saying WPI inflation, it is nothing but average increment in price of all items kept in the basket. Yes or no? Average increment in price, increment in prices of items kept in the basket. Items kept in the WPI basket. Kept in this basket. Kept in the basket. This basket is with respect to producer. This basket is with respect to producer. Got the point? Basket means group of items. Basket means group of items. So when WPI inflation is said as in November it is said as 14.2%. Then what does it mean? That 14.2%. That then it simply means that these items are average increment in the price of these items are 14.2%. It is 14.2% in one item or 14.2% in all those items kept in the WPI basket. All those average increment of all the prices, average increment of all the prices kept in the basket is like 14.2% in November. So what does it mean in November? What does it mean in November? It is 14.2%. In October, it was said as 12.5%. What does it mean here? Yes, I can write over here. Just people. Okay, these are blank pages I have. So it is year on year inflation. It is year on year inflation. So I mean, every month you will get the news of inflation. You will have percentages written like this every month. You will have some index value. So you have to make sure at least once that you understand those percentages, how to read that, how to understand that. So at least once you have to give your effort to understand this. So I am helping you in understanding this. So basically the thing over here is I am talking with respect to percentages. This is November 2021. And this would be like November 2000. This would be like November 2020. So basically, it is when it is saying, okay, it is WPI basket. I am making basket as well. The LPG cylinder somebody was saying. So in this basket, all those items are kept. Okay, and here also the same basket was also over here. Here also the same basket was over here. The same basket, WPI basket. This is WPI basket, and WPI basket is with respect to producer. WPI basket means these items are kept in the WPI basket is with respect to producers. Okay, producers are buying this to make products. Producers are buying this to make products. So in November 2020, when you were buying this WPI in WPI, when you were buying this WPI basket with all the items inside this, with respect to their weightage, with respect to their quantity, you were getting supposedly in 100 rupees. Supposedly you were getting in 100 rupees. So now this is 1 year. Now this is 1 year. Yes or no? This is 1 year. From here to here it is. From here to here it is 1 year. 1 year. So now you are getting this. Now you are buying this 100 and 500 rupees. No, not 500 rupees. See how you came to this picture. 500 rupees, Dilip. How you came to this 500 rupees? See, now I'm reading the news once again. Dilip. Now I'm reading this news once again. Wholesale price index in India accelerated to a record high of 14.2% in November. Only this much I have read. Try to understand. So if you were buying the product, the WPI basket items in November 2020, it was in 100. It was in 100. And now if you will buy, what you are going to pay now? 100 and anybody? It was written as 14.2% inflation. 14.2% inflation. Now you will be buying this item in 114.2. Yes, very nice. 114.2. So this is the inflation. This is called year-on-year inflation. Year-on-year inflation means year-on-year inflation. Mean inflation of 1 year. Year-on-year. Year-on-year inflation. Got the point? This is how we read or we need to understand the inflation thing. It is year-on-year. So WPI is basically basket. WPI inflation is inflation with respect to producer, or inflation in items which is kept in the basket of WPI. This is basket. Got it, everybody? 114.2. In case it is said that 14.2% is inflation. Okay, very nice. So now if you, and what it was saying in October? What it was saying in October? In October, it was said as 12.5%. In October, it was said as 12.5%. And if you look into October things, I can write the October over here with green pen. If October, it is October. Yes or no? It is October. If you look into the October over here, October 2020 and October 2021. So if it was 100 over here, if it was the basket you were getting, in 100 over here, the same basket you will get in 112.5. Yes or no? The same basket, if you will buy over here, you will get in WPI basket. It is WPI basket, WPI inflation. So WPI, you will get the WPI as 100 and it was 12.5. So 112.5. Got it? So it doesn't mean. So it is only about percentages. It is only about percentages. You can understand. So percentage increment in October, percentage year-on-year inflation, percentage increment in year-on-year inflation for October was 12.5%, and it went to 14.2% for November. So inflation is increasing. Got it? Everybody got the point? Then the base year is every preceding. No, not base year is every preceding year. So I see what I done. I said you are buying this in 100 rupees. So we'll be comparing with base year for WPI is 2011-12. If you look into the base year of WPI is 2011-12. So I'm not comparing with 2011-12. I'm comparing with previous year, or I'm comparing with the same month of the previous year. So whenever we have percentage kind of thing, then it will be always like 1 year inflation. It will be always like 1 year inflation. Got it? 1 year inflation. And if you will notice two things, so it is supposedly I am writing, I have not, you can look into, this is 114.2%, 114.2 mean, no, if I write, try to understand whoever is talking about base year, if I look into the exact, if you go and look into the data of inflation for WPI, what you will notice, you will get two data over there. You will get two data. Now try to understand with respect to that base year thing. You will get two data. One data will be percentage inflation. It is said as 14.2% for November. I'm talking for November. Now, can you check, anybody, I'm giving you a task, can you check what is the WPI index value for November 2021? November 2021, what is the value? And second thing, you will notice index value. It is index value. Second thing, you will have to look into, or you will witness index value. What is index value? Can anybody check what is index value for WPI for November 2020-21? Please check on internet and let me know. I am giving you 30 seconds. Anybody, please check. 6.7. No. How you came to 6.7 thing? 142.9 is it seems correct to me. 142.9. So see, it is 142.9. 3.06 to 6.70. No, the limit. It will be always more than 100. 14.23 is date. This percentage is this percentage. What is the index value I am talking? Kajal, can I write 142.9? 142.9, is it correct? If I take it like correct, yes, PIB, yes, very nice. For November 2000, Yogesh, it is from PIB, that's very nice. For November 2020-21, the index value is 142.9. See, it is index value. And index value for 2011-12 for base year, index value we take, WPI index value we take as 100. So can you understand? This 14.2% inflation is of 1 year. And what is the difference between this and this? What is the percentage increment? What is the percentage increment? Percentage increment is how much? Yes, anybody? What is the percentage increment over here? 42.9%. When I am saying 42.9% inflation, it is from 2011-12, from 2011-12 to 2000. From 2011-12, the inflation is yes, November from 2000. See, try to understand now. From 2011-12 financial year to November. Basically, we are talking about November. This is average we have taken over here, and here we are taking 2021. The inflation increment is 42.9%. Inflation increment is 40. If it was 100 over here, it will be 142.9 over here. Yes or no? And in case November 2021, I am talking November 2021. I am talking. It will be 14 point. It will be. We are now comparing with November 2020. November 2020. If you were buying things over here with respect to WPI as 100, you will get it in. It was 12 point how much? 14.2%. So it is 14.2%. So now the item you will get in 100, and so this 100 is just comparison. This 100 is just to compare. This 100 is just to compare or to understand the percentage things. So it will be 142 point. It will be 114.2 rupees. In case you are buying this in 100 rupees, you will be buying this in 114.2 rupees. And if you were buying in 2011-12 as 100 as 100 rupees of those basket items, then you will be buying those items in 142.9 rupees. Got the point? So this is inflation of how many years? This is inflation of how many years? This is inflation of. So when we say index value, that will be telling the story, or from there you can extract the percentage that this much percentage increment is from the base year. From the base year, this is base year. So every time, for every calculation of this kind, you need to take a base year. So inflation of how many years? Approximately I'm talking 11 to 21, 10 years, yes or no? 10 years. Inflation of approximately say 10 years. And this is inflation of, this percentage increment is of 1 year. Yes, got the point? So base year is different concept. And when we have two kind of data, 142. So what I am saying, that whenever you look into two kind of data like this, one will be like this percentage, and another will be index value. So got the point? Index value you can compare it with base year, and this percentage increment you can compare with, or you should compare with, previous year. It's the same month. Got it? So you will always have two kind of value, inflation percentage and index value. Got it, everybody? Yes, very nice. So this is how, if you don't understand these things, then how come you can understand all those figures written in news? How can you understand this? I mean, for me it will be like not, like I'll be getting nothing if I'm not understanding those basics. I mean, I'll be reading newspaper and I'll be telling everybody, okay, I read newspaper on daily basis, but it is of no use in case I'm not understanding these basics behind. Got it? Got it? Everybody got it? Any clarity you want? I mean, I'll be going to next topic now. Okay. It was year-on-year inflation. See, I mean, from previous month also you can compare. It will be written over there only. It will be written over there only. See, I'm reading one line over here. From previous month also you can compare. See, it will be saying from October. Say it is saying from October. So it is talking about November, but comparing with, it is talking about November, but comparing with October. Got the point? So the story will be written over there only. The story will be written over there only. And if it is not written, consider it as year-on-year inflation. This is month-on-month inflation. This is month-on-month inflation. So sometime month-on-month inflation, for example, food price. For example, there is bad rainfall and there is the climate conditions were not favorable. Not favorable. What you can notice, in 1 month or 2 months, there could be shoot up in the price of agriculture products. Agriculture products price could be like shoot up, because it is very much depending upon climate and rainfall and very much risky kind. Got the point? And we don't have support system, that much fixed support system for our agriculture. Still 65% of agriculture products or agriculture land is like rain fed. It is like rain fed. We irrigate, we get rain, we get water from the rainfall. 65% of our land. Okay. Many of the factors, yeah, at the same time, external factors as well. So these are not very much in our control, especially in our country, India. So agriculture prices could be like shoot up in case things are not favorable. Got the point? So that's why it is saying, okay, food inflation measured by the wholesale price index more than doubled from 3.06% to 6.7% in November. Inflation in primary articles also virtually doubled to 3.34% from 5.2% in October. Okay, it is talking about October. It is not talking about month-on-month inflation. Try to understand. It is not talking about month-on-month inflation. It is talking about, as I talked, it is saying that in October it was 5.5%. Got it? As I said, in October it was, it is comparing it, when it is saying October, it is comparing with October 2020. When it is saying November, it is comparing with November 2020. So it is also like that only. So sometimes they will be very clearly, they will be writing that this is month-on-month inflation. This is month-on-month inflation. So month-on-month inflation would be obviously very much having less number, less percentages. Yes or no? Comparing with, see, it is talking, this is November 2021. This is November 2021, and this is November comparing with November, yes, 2020, year-on-year inflation. Yes, this is written over here 2021, but when it is talking about percentage and all that, then it is comparing with previous year. So all those items will be kept in the basket. So the inflation is, every month you will be getting this kind of data. So I thought that, okay, I should talk about this only today. So I'll be talking many other things as well. So see what we have done. WPI is nothing but WPI is nothing but a basket. WPI is nothing but a basket. So this basket and base year of this basket is 2011-12 is base year. So from base year we compare, we take index value of base year. In base year WPI index value will be kept as always 100. Okay. So accordingly, there are other, accordingly, we have other indexes, other basket as well. We have other basket. This basket is, I said, this is with respect to producers. So if WPI inflation is taking place, WPI inflation is taking place, who will be having concern? Consumer or producer? Mostly concern. Most concern will be with the consumer, consumer or producers. Producers will be more concerned that WPI inflation. If WPI inflation is taking place, then WPI inflation is taking place, it is getting high, then I can write making products is costly. Yes or no? Making products is costly or became costly. Making products became costly. Yes or no? So it can means cost is increasing. Cost is increasing. Yes or no? It can reduce our, when cost is increasing, what cost is increasing, what we consider or what we assume that profit of the producer would be increasing or decreasing. If cost of the production is increasing, then what we can assume, what we should assume, or what we assume generally, that profit would be decreasing. And then when profit would be decreasing, he or she would not be interested in making more supply, in making more products. Yes or no? Supply will increase, and when supply will increase, what will happen? All those vicious cycle can start from here. When supply is increasing, the very first thing that what he will be doing, he will be making more people employed, or he will be firing people. He is decreasing supply. He will be firing people, or he will be employing people. Unemployment can, yes, firing. Unemployment can shoot up. So when unemployment is shooting up, so it is a concern. It can go anywhere if you will not control this. If you will not control this inflation, and this inflation goes very high, very high rate of inflation, or sometimes we say like hyperinflation kind of thing, went like hyperinflation kind of thing, and you have not controlled it. In case you have not controlled it, things could be worsened. Things could be more worse. Things could be like, it could slip into, first it will be slipping into slowdown, then it will be slipping into recession, depression kind of thing. See, what will happen in case unemployment is increasing, people are losing their job, and in case they are losing their job, they will be not having salary, wages and all that. This cycle must be, yes, vicious cycle. Salary or wages, they don't have money now because they have lost their job and they are losing their jobs. So salary, wages is going down. They don't have money now. They don't have money now. They don't have money now. So with money, what they do? They create aggregate demand. And when they don't have money, the aggregate demand can come down. And if aggregate demand will coming down, when demand comes down, how it affects prices? Prices will be coming down. Yes or no? When demand decreases, price decreases. And when price decreases is nothing but deflation. It is also said as deflation. So if deflation is taking place, you must be knowing law of supply. When price increases, supply. When price decreases, I'm talking about price. This is market price. Try to understand. This is market price. When price increases, so cost plus profit. Try to understand. I'm writing over here. Cost plus prices, cost plus profit, plus some taxes and all that. Taxes, I'm not interested right now in taxes. Cost plus profit is equal to price. Cost plus profit. When I start talking cost, when I'm talking prices, both are different. Price is including profit. When price is decreasing, the chances are that price is decreasing. The chances are he will be having more profit, or he or she will be having less profit. So the business, the supply thing, the production is totally centered towards profit. See, profit over here is decreasing. That's why he will be not interested in making more supply. So supply will be decreasing. So it is nothing but the same thing. It is nothing but you are going where you are going. You are going over here only. So this is a cycle. This is a cycle. This is called vicious cycle. This could be a vicious cycle. And this cycle is called sometimes slowdown. When it starts, it's called slowdown. When it starts, it's called slowdown. And when it will be prolonged, it will be said as recession. And when it will be prolonged further, then it will be things are like very much intense, or this vicious cycle is very much prolonged, then it will be called as depression. So all these things are like this: slowdown, recession, or depression. You can witness slowdown, recession, or depression kind of thing. So it is all are same kind: slowdown, recession, or depression. All are similar kind, but the difference is that it is getting prolonged with time, and accordingly you will be nomenclating this. Okay, so things are getting intense. See, so everything is where everything is centered. Where everything is centered. Look into the thing. Profit of the producer. Yes or no? Profit of the producer is decreasing. That's why this took place. And here also, the profit of the producer was decreasing. That's why it took place like this. It is taking place like this. Got the point? Yes, different time period. It is getting prolonged, and accordingly, the name you can change. We many times we witness slowdown in our economy. Got it? So this was some basic thing you can you should always understanding these things. This is deflation. Deflation, price decrement is not good thing. Deflation is price decrement. Yes or no? Deflation is price decrement, and price decrement is never desirable. Price decrement. This is deflation. Deflation is never desirable, because deflation can lead to this thing. Yes or no? Got the point? So this is the thing you need to understand. Deflation, price decrement is not good thing, because producer will be not supporting the economy in that case. So what I said that, okay, I was saying like this, that WPI is an inflation with respect to producer. And from there you can understand that producer will be producer will be okay, one second. So from here, if you want to look into inflation in other respect from the consumer, you have other basket. That basket is called CPI. So CPI is like consumer price index. CPI is like consumer price index. So it is also a basket in which you keep all those items which a consumer will be buying. For example, food we will be buying, for example, fuel we will be buying, petrol, diesel we will be buying. We as a consumer will be buying electricity, we'll be buying clothes, we'll be buying food, shoes, we'll be buying education, we'll be buying health, we'll be buying recreation, we'll be buying housing. So many of the items, these are like finished items. Yes or no? We'll be using these finished items. These are consumer products. These are consumer products. Got the point? So if you say CPI inflation is increasing, CPI inflation is getting higher, so to buy things are costly for consumers. So it will be affecting consumer. Got the point? So WPI is showing another thing and CPI is showing another thing. Got the point? For consumer, buying things are costly. Buying things are, consumer will be buying things to consume or will be buying things to produce. Consumers will be buying things to produce or buying things to consume. Yes, consume. So now consumers are like, it is getting costly. So these are the things. So any question till now? So you can note on this as well. You should note on this. I hope that you people are, sitting there with pen and paper, and you are noting down all this. I'll paste this in. I'll upload this as well. Okay, everybody. So now come to the next news. If you have any question, please you can ask. So this was in news yesterday or day before yesterday's. WPI was record high. So how to read that? Now whatever you will read, you can understand everything. So I talked about that basket. In that basket, they will be talking sometime fuel, sometime power, sometime food. So you will understand everything now. Okay, with including the percentage thing. I mean, I was interested in making you understand regarding percentage thing. So see, government recently or last month, what government did? Government went for some cuts, some tax cut, but that tax cut was not enough to make the WPI favorable for the producers. WPI is still, November WPI is still having 14.2%. So tax cut was like, I mean, it did work, no doubt it did work, but didn't work that much as we were hoping. That tax cut will reduce the WPI. Got the point? So that's why many of the I mean economists were saying like it is negative surprise. It is negative surprise. We were not hoping this, but this is like shooting up. Got it? So see, they have given you the WPI variation. See, WPI was only 5% or less than. Sometime it went negative as well. Sometime it went negative as well. Negative WPI inflation mean it is deflation. Negative mean it is showing deflation. Price went down. Price went negative. Mean CPI. Mean index went negative. Mean it is deflation showing. So got the point? So these were moving around, not moving around, 3 to 5%. Sometime it went like more than 5%, but this is like 14.323% is very huge. So maybe I'll be uploading this. Now you just go and read this article, you will understand everything. Now let me come to another thing. See, ADB, Asian Development Bank, said that, okay, here also you can understand the GDP thing. GDP is gross domestic product. GDP is gross domestic product. Indian economy growth project. Whenever we talk about growth project and all growth project. So Indian economy growth project. So basically, when we say growth, economic growth, yeah, economy is growing. Economic growth. So generally, we talk about GDP growth. Generally, it is GDP growth. And GDP growth is nothing. GDP is nothing but national income. National income. So whenever you read news like this, national income growth, whenever you read news like this, okay, in 2020-21, the Asian Development Bank has marginally lowered its growth project for Indian economy to 9.7% in 2021 from 10% estimated in September. In September, they said something else. 2020-21. So now I'm talking about, see, only to understand this news. I'm talking with respect to many people who are like new to the subject, who are like don't understand what is when they go to the newspaper, when they read in newspaper this much percentage economic growth is taking place, this much percentage and that much percentage. So I'm talking with their respect. So what it is saying in 2020-21. So it is 1 year 2021-22. Yes or no? And previous year would be, this is timeline, and previous year would be 2020-21. Okay, 2020-21. It is current year. It is said as current year, and it is previous year. This year, whatever products you make, mean add all the money value of products. Add all the money value of products. Whatever you have, money value of products. Whatever products you have made. Mean add all those money value of all those products, then it will be called as GDP. Then it will be said as GDP, money value, addition of all money value, addition of all products, all goods and services, addition of money value of all goods and services you have produced in 2020-21 financial year. It will be called as GDP. So when you add it, it is getting 100. For example, it is getting 100. And here also you will be having some GDP. So ADB, Asian Development Bank, said because it is COVID year and all that, because COVID year, and one interesting thing over here is also important to discuss. I'll discuss that as well. So now earlier they said, okay, we will be growing by 9 point, we will be growing by 10%. So they said, okay, GDP of this year will be 110. But now they are saying GDP of this year will be 100 and anybody? Look into that news, just written about, just written over here. Now what they are saying? Now the GDP will be 109.7. So we are growing by 9.7. So they have lowered. They have earlier they were saying we'll be growing by 10%. Now they are saying we'll be growing by 9.7%. So basically it is comparison. Basically it is comparison. Growth is nothing but comparison. Yes or no? You are talking about growth. Growth means from previous year. So compare it from previous year. Compare from previous year. So it is compare. Compare means growth, and growth will be calculated in terms of percentage. Got it? Yes or no? So sometimes they have news like quarters. In quarter one we have this much growth. In quarter two we have this much growth. For example, here only written over here. Here, look into this. Here they have written like. Here they have written only here. Here only they have written 8 points in July to September quarter. You people understanding this? Now it is talking about quarter. I have talked about 1 year. Whatever I have talked, it is of 1 year. Now they are talking about quarter. This is of 1 year. Yes or no? This is of 1 year. This is of 1 year. Whatever products you have made in 1 year, the money value of all those. So GDP is, how do we define GDP? GDP is the money value of all goods and services produced inside the domestic territory of a country during one financial year. GDP is money value of all goods and services produced inside the domestic territory of a country during one financial year. So one financial year, so GDP, I talk GDP with respect to 1 year, but the same GDP you can talk for lesser period of time. For example, 3 months. For example, 3 months. So when they say quarter, July to September quarter. So here also it will take just 5 minutes. This will be helping those who are like new to the subject. So see, this is financial year. I compare 2020-21, and this is new financial year 2021, current financial year 2020-21. I am comparing with this to this. But the same comparison can be done with respect to quarters. Quarters mean 3 months. So it is 2020-21 and it is 2021-22. 21-22. It is also having 4 quarters. I mean, when we start our financial year, it is 1st April. Yes or no? Our financial year starts with 1st April. So 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. 3 months over here, 3 months over here, 3 months over here, 3 months over here. So these are 3 months. These are quarters. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Likewise, the previous year will be always also having quarters. Likewise, previous year will be always also having quarters. This is 3 months of 2020-21. This is 3 months. This is 3 months. This is 3 months. So this will be also called as quarter 1 of 2021, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. So got it. So when they are reading news like this, which will be what will be like September, where it is going? Yes, July to September. Which quarter is this? Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Which quarter is this? Which quarter is this? Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. It is quarter 3 or quarter 4. See, April, from April we will start now. April, May, June is first quarter. July, August, September is second quarter. Yes or no? We start from April. No? We start from April. When we start our financial year, we start our financial year with 1st April. So April, May, June will be quarter 1, first quarter. Yes, April, May, June will be first quarter. July, August, September will be second quarter. And August, July, August, September, October, November, December will be third quarter. and January, February, March will be fourth quarter. Got it, everybody? So what it is saying? It is saying two things. That in September, sorry, in July to September, July September quarter, you grew with 8.4%. It's talking about. It is saying, and somewhere it will be saying here what it is saying. See what it is saying, 20.1%. So it is saying, okay, in quarter one you had 20.1%. In quarter one you had 20.1%. So 8.4 and 20.1. Got the point? What I took from there? 8.4 and so if for quarter one they were saying if it was 100 over here, then it was 121.21.1. It is 21.1 or what? 20.1, I think. It is 20.1. So it is saying our quarter one growth was 20.1. Got the point? Comparison from year to year. It is comparison. So the growth percentage in quarter one for 2021-22 financial year is 20.1% growth. Got the point? Yes or no? Everybody got this? Now if I write, got it? And now what they were saying, in July to September, in July to September you had now only 8.4%. This is they are saying now 8.4%. Now look into once 8.4% in July to September. So quarter two will be, it is January, February, March. Sorry. I mean, it will start from April to May now. May. Okay. May month, January, February, March is gone. April, May, June. It will be July, August, and September. So it will be July, August, and September. The July to September quarter. July to September quarter has shown 8.4% growth. Mean if you were 100 over here, you have 108.4 over here. So in quarter two you have how much growth? So see how the comparison is done. 8.4% growth. So growth decline now. In quarter one you were having this much growth. In quarter two you are having 8.3. In quarter two you are having this much growth. So growth is declined. Growth is declined. Is it good thing or is it was kind of natural? Growth is declined. Growth was like growth was like 20.1%. Growth was like 20.1%. It went down to 8.4%. It was supposed, it was inevitable. It was to happen only. It was inevitable, or this figure we were born to have this kind of figure. Now you can understand which will be having more COVID effect, quarter three, quarter one, or quarter two, which will be having more COVID effect. Which will be having more COVID effect, quarter one or quarter two? It is starting from we had lockdown during quarter one. We had lockdown in March, April, May, May, June, and all that. This was it. Quarter one. Things revived over here. And if things revived, see, it is all about comparison. It is all about comparison now. It is all about comparison. You are comparing. This one is over here, and now you are over here. So you are comparing. The comparison is like this. So it is all about comparison. Try to understand with this. I'm trying to convey with this. This much is the difference. And if this much is the difference, you will say, okay, this much is the growth. This much is the growth. Now, if the base is in itself, the next period, the next quarter went up like this. Next quarter went up like this, and you have next quarter like this only. So now from here to here you are growing. You are growing from here to here, here to here. The first one will be this red one will be having more growth, and this green one will be having less growth. So it is height with respect to I am talking about. So, I am hopeful that you will understand that we are comparing here from here and we are comparing from here. This is quarter 1, this is quarter 2 of previous year, this is quarter 1 of this year, this is quarter 2 of previous year, of this year, sorry. Got what I said? I don't know. This is sectional. From elevation from elevation, I tried to convey that this is base. This is base. Or we can understand with this the COVID thing like this. Okay, I'm taking 3 years. In 2019-20, in 2000, I think last week also I talked like this. How we should compare, the logic of comparison. See, this was 100 over here. For example, GDP is 100 over here. This is COVID year. This is COVID year. For example, I'm talking only with respect to example. I'm taking example of my own. This went 80 because COVID. This is GDP. GDP went like 80. Yes or no? GDP went like 80. Now again, you got GDP of same level as it was there in 2019, say 100. So what is the increment over here? What is the increment over here? And in days to come, I am talking sometime maybe some people would be some fool people would be talking about achieve this growth, we have achieved this much growth, So I am talking with this so that you would not become fool. So it is 2020 to 23, for example. Okay, it is 25% growth. You should be happy with this. Should you be happy with this? That you grew. Should you be happy with this? Sorry, happy with this 100. Should you be happy with this 25% growth? We have achieved 25% growth. Since independence, we have not achieved this 25% growth. Should we be happy with this figure? Base went down. This is base from where you are comparing. Base went down from where you are comparing. You should not be happy with this. I will be never happy. People would be like making you fool, after independence, this is the first time we got this much growth. Some people would be saying like this, maybe. I have seen people like this. You should not be happy with this because you got the same level over here as you were in 2019-20. Yes or no? So supposedly now you got 105. What is your growth? Now you got 105. This is natural growth you were growing. Now what is the growth? Only 5%. This is natural. You should be happy more with this. You should be happy more with this. Yes or no? You should not be happy with this. You should be happy. You should not be happy with this. You should not be happy with this. Rather, you should be more happy with this 5% because absolute increment is more now 105 in comparison to 2019-20 or in comparison to 2021-22. So this is how we need to understand the percentage thing with respect to COVID or any other crisis. Whenever crisis is there, you need to understand the base went down. Base will be going down. And you are comparing, you will be getting totally different figure. Got the point, everybody? Now you got the point why it was 21% in quarter 1 and now why it is 8.4% in quarter 2. You got this comparing with now here we are comparing with quarter numbers. Okay, very nice. Everybody got this? Okay, that's good. So this is how it was 20.1% growth and now it is 8.4% growth. You should be more happy with 8.4% growth. This is what I am conveying through this understanding, because base would be towards lower side in base. Here base would be like here base would be lower side. Base would be or towards lower side when you are comparing. That's why you got 20.1% growth kind of thing. Got it? See, now I'll be coming. This is, I talked about inflation and growth. This is very important. This is like core to the Indian economy, core to the understanding of the Indian economy, core. When you are understanding the inflation thing and when you are understanding the growth thing, this is like core understanding. Now, many things will be, you can add many more things in the understanding of inflation and growth. That is a different thing. So now I'll be coming towards another page. See, now another page is talking about the National Monetization Pipeline scheme. It was there in the Hindu. Milind Kumar Sharma wrote this. So what he is saying, what the point is, or what is to understand over here. 1 second. Okay, I have taken white only. That's fine. Okay, so let me take red one. So what he is talking, National Monetization Pipeline. What is this? Anybody? National Monetization Pipeline? It is simply many of the assets, roads, railways, power, oil, gas, telecom, civil aviation, shipping, ports, waterways, mining, food, many items are under government. I mean, government is the owner. Who is the owner? Government is the owner. These are assets. These are assets. And whenever we say assets, assets would be said as good assets if it gives returns. If it gives returns, if it gives profit. But when what we are witnessing, that many of these assets are not giving us profit, are not giving us good return. These assets are like burden with the government. So as per this, is anybody is asking anything? Yes, private role will be involved to maintenance, and yes, this will be leased off to private people. So they are not giving good returns, and that's why the concept is, okay, monetize these. Monetize these mean leasing these. These will be given in lease to private party. Government will be giving these to private party, and private party mean now it will be managed and operate. It will be basically operate. Operate mean they will be taking fees. Operate mean it will be operate and managed by private parties. And now government will be not running anymore these assets. These assets are given in lease. So when government is giving in these things in lease, government, they will be paying some money to the government. Yes, they will be paying some money to the government. So money has come in the hand of the government. That's why it is called as National Monetization Pipeline. Monetization means money. Mean these assets are now converted in money. Ownership will be retained with the government. Lease is like rent. Lease is like rent, and rent with the they can operate it as well. Okay, they can operate it as well. Rent, operate means supposedly there is a railway. Supposedly there is railway. With that railway is given in lease. So railway will be operated by that private party. You need to take tickets from private party. Got the point? You will be not anymore taking tickets from IRCTC or the government. So they will be operating it, and when they are operating it, when they are using it and giving services of these assets to people, people are supposed to pay fees to whom? People are supposed to pay fees or charges, whatever they will be taking, okay, and they will be giving money. So it will be profitable for both. It will be these assets will be more efficiently utilized by private party. This is the concept, or this is the assumption, that government is unable to efficiently utilize these assets. So these assets, give these assets in lease, on the lease basis, to private party. Private party would be better utilizing this, and it will be giving money to the government, as well as these assets will be better utilized, and return for everybody will be more, including the government. And government is unable to utilize this efficiently. Government, many sectors here are going in losses. and when they will be there in the hand of the private party, they can earn profit. This is the basic concept behind this. Okay, got it? So please read this article as well. This I found good. This I found good. And some of the things they mean, what he is saying, what this writer is saying, okay, what is the need of this, or this is not the ultimate solution. He is saying this is not the ultimate solution. Ultimate solution would be like when government in itself was making itself more calibered, more efficient, more calibered, or more having knowledge and having expertise to make these assets more profitable business. Why government is not looking into these things? I mean, why government is doing this? Because government, when it was there in the hand of the government, profit or profit, it was not earning profit. When it was there in the hand of the government, they were witnessing losses. So this writer is talking about, look into the reason now, look into the reason why the government was facing losses, why these assets were giving losses to the government when government was controlling this. Quality, yes, very nice. Quality of training of employees should be increased, yes, very nice. So he is talking about this. So all those requirements, because government cannot give everything to the to the private party, no? Because these assets of the government, these assets are supposed to be made by the government, these assets are giving services to people, yes or no? These assets are giving services to people. For example, all the things read over here, road is giving services, railway is giving services, telecom giving services, shipping, ports, airports, all these stadiums, sports complex, all these are giving services to people. And when government is giving services to people, government objective is like providing social justice kind of thing. Social justice or justice would be kind of thing. So, when government is giving this, government would be like giving on the basis of justice. But when these services will be given by private party, so the point is, whether the same level of justice will be given by the private party or not. I'm not saying that at present government is very much distributing these services on the very just basis. I'm not saying that, but when it will be coming in the hand of the private party is only thinking about profit maximization. They'll be not talking about social welfare. Say social welfare would be better word. Government government provide these services on the basis of social welfare. So can we social welfare? See, social welfare justice on the basis of social welfare. Or okay, so can we expect the same social welfare when these things are provided by these services are? So these are the concerns. And they will be giving us more, no doubt. They will be giving us better services. Who will be giving us better? They will be giving us better services, but they will be charging us more services. They will be giving us better using those assets, but at the same time they will be charging us more. This is concern. This is again a concern. So see what he's talking about. Look into the reason first. Now you cannot rent out everything you have. It is saying to the government. So what he found as reason. These are some reason I thought that I should be. Okay, 1 second. So these are the reasons. See, since these are the reasons he talked about. Can I make it one more copy? No. Okay, got it. Get it. Great. Got it. Rather than the government, it provides reservation postings. Yes. But in the private motive is to increase the profit. Yeah, this is a kind of balanced thing. Private we are not, or anybody should not be against private parties when they go for more profit. But at the same time, we have to be concerned about whether the social welfare is being done by the private party or not. Okay, social welfare. We are not against. Whoever wants, this is free. This is free economy, and in free economy, everybody is like competing each other. to make more profit, and that is that competition is making everyone efficient, everyone more efficient. So look, some reasons of PSU mean government is government is having some assets in its own hand, and this government, who is representing the government over here, the PSU, public sector unit. Okay, public sector unit is having some assets, and those assets are facing losses. Why they are facing losses? Why they are facing losses? This is reason. The primary reason for the failure of public sector enterprises is no secret. Cost overruns. What is saying? Cost always went up. Cost always goes up. I mean, it is always no cost plus profit. Cost plus profit is equal to market price what you take. But when your cost is increasing, there are chances that you will be facing losses. And second thing is, whatever project we need to complete in 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years like that, it takes more than that. Whatever time period we have said that by this time we will complete this project, we always witness that it exceeds the time limit, because of which the project cost shoot up. Okay, project cost shoots up because of that. And it became unviable at the time of its launch, because the cost has gone up, because it took more time than what it was supposed to be taken, and delays in all that, and infrastructure over capitalization. Whatever capital we thought that this much capital will be used, but it has used more capital. So all those projects, whether it is road, railway, port, airport, whatever projects are made, projects are being developed, that cost of those projects are getting higher than what was expected, what was planned. A reluctance to implement labor reforms. Labor reforms is also, we are very much reluctant. Not these days, labor reforms are being reformed on well. Lack of interministerial department. See, this is very important. Coordination. Coordination is very important. You would have seen many instances that because of lack of coordination, things went like messed up. For example, a road is in the process of, first what you do, supposedly there is a road, and in that road you want a drainage system. You would have witnessed it on daily basis, on regular basis, nearby your side. For example, a road is constructed. This is a road. This is a metallic road. Metal road is constructed, and now there is a, what you will witness. Now they want a drainage from side of this road. From a drainage they want from me. I'm just giving an example which you notice on regular basis. They have already built a road. This is much is the width of the road. Now on the side of this road they want a pedestrian. Pedestrian mean where we walk. The walking area is called pedestrian, and the motor vehicle area is the middle one. Now they want pedestrian. Now they will be they will be demolishing the side of this road, and they will be making this pedestrian. And now what you notice that they want some drainage to pass through this by this road, some drainage. Now again they will be breaking this, they will be demolishing this road and will be making drainage. So, and now what you'll notice that they want electricity wire to be passed by the side of this road. Now again they will be demolishing, or they will be breaking this road, demolishing this road, and will be making some ways to these wires and all that. So see, this is just nothing but lack in coordination. The cost of all these projects went high because of lack of coordination. I've given just a small example. So likewise, all projects could be needing lots of coordination among different departments of the government. Yes or no? So this coordination is very important. This coordination is very important. And in our system, we witness lack of coordination. Okay, and that's why Pradhan Mantri started a scheme that is called as Gati Shaktiman National Master Plan. And this is talking about all those coordination. This is talking about how we can have better coordination among different departments, regarding a single project or regarding many projects. Okay, So this is like Gati Shaktiman National Master Plan. Multimodal connectivity. See, multimodal connectivity. This is good initiative, very nice initiative. No, both are good initiative, but at the same time, what he is saying, what this writer is saying, we have to look into the reason of those losses, and the thing behind is social welfare. So this is good initiative. Gati Shaktiman, it is talking about all that every department of the government should come in synchronizations, should be working in harmony, synchronizing each other. Got the point? Roads, railways, whatever it is. So read this article as well. This is good, I found. Okay. So this is the thing. Now come to another thing. What I have. Any question? And India votes against United Nations draft resolution on climate change. So some people, some country were saying, okay, keep climate change in Security Council. I mean, there was a draft resolution which was passed by. Yes, yes, they were saying that okay, climate change thing. I mean, right now, climate change things are controlled or are negotiated or are looked upon by UNFCCC, United Nation. United Nation. This is having 197 parties, 197 parties these days, and they are saying, okay, climate change. Look at me, get this climate change things under UNSC, United Nations Security Council. This is only having 15 members, 5 permanent members plus 10 non-permanent members. So which is more, which is better? 15 members, and it is having 197 members. It is having 197 members. So where you can have more people to say their things, more countries to say their things. So what they said, okay, keep the climate thing and climate thing or whatever decision we take with respect to climate change. Yeah, UNSC will see only to the developed countries. Yes, UNSC is having more inclination towards developed countries because these 5 permanent members. So climate change is more democratic. The decision should be, whatever decision we take, should be more democratic. Should be having say of every people, every stakeholder. Should be having say of every stakeholder. So 197, this UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, is having 197 members. So let it be like this only. Climate things should be discussed and should be decisions regarding this should be taken in the UNFCCC only. Why to move this? So India went against this. They were saying, okay, climate change should be gone into the United Nations Security Council. So we have not supported it, and it is a right thing. Got it? So please read this as well. I mean, they can ask you anything related to this. Yes, it is better. 197. I mean, UNFCCC is better in terms of providing equity because developing countries will be having more say in case climate things are the decisions regarding climate things are taken in UNFCCC. Okay, so this was the thing. This was there in the news. So read this as well. Okay, I think you can understand everything. And last time we have talked about that India has demanded from the 4 developing countries that we should be given, all developing countries or underdeveloped countries should be given $1 trillion in climate fund, so that we can fight better with the negativities of climate change. Okay. The Prime Minister was saying like $1 trillion. This time he said he mean India. He mean the representative. Okay. Got it? He mean Trimurti. So Trimurti is representing. Who is Trimurti over here? Got the point? So whatever Trimurti is saying, India is saying, no? India's permanent representative and ambassador to the United Nations, T.S. Trimurti. Correct? So it is India. India is saying, if you are selected as you are selected as an IFS officer, and you being there will be saying whatever you will be saying, you will be India will be saying. It will be stance of India. Correct, Dilip? Now come to next. Okay. Now come to legal. See, it was also there in the news that there is an article in the Hindu, and I have also written this, and you can find it in the Hindu Indian Express. That one thing which is coming in picture while talking about agriculture reforms or legal guarantee. The 3 farm laws were repealed by the government. Yes or no? 3 farm laws were repealed by the government. Now, what is the demand of the farmers? The farmers are demanding, okay, give us legal guarantee of MSP. Legal guarantee mean MSP. Legal guarantee of MSP mean floor price. MSP is floor price. That this much price, we will be getting this much price for sure. Anybody, whoever is buying from us, what is legal guarantee? Anybody, it is farmer, for example. It is farmer, for example. And this is government, and this is, make it like red. This is farmer, for example. Farmers. Okay, I can write over here. I can create pages. Yes. You know, subsidies, green box, blue box, amber box, development box, or WTO subsidies. You people have you studied about this? Subsidies, there should be limitation in subsidies given by. So let me first make the ground of this, then I will go to that article. See, the very first thing is that I will start with MSP. Farmers now, what are the demands of the farmers, and if these demands of the farmers are subsidies, yes, very nice. Why these subsidies are there, Jagdeep? Why there is limitation in subsidies, or some subsidies are like having no limitation? So see, farmers are saying, I'm talking about global trade can be done on just basis, fair basis, or could be more fair, or competition could be more fair. Yes, fair competition, very nice. Fair competition. See, farmers are saying whoever buy from us, we don't care about this. Take our products, whether it is bought by the government or bought by the private party. Whoever is buying this, they should be giving us minimum support price. It is floor price. It is floor price. Floor price. Whatever items they are taking, whether it is taken by the government or whether taken by the private party, they should be giving us MSP for sure. MSP is minimum price or floor price. I have talked earlier as well. Floor price. This is what they are taking. So first I will start discussion with the government. Suppose if the government is buying and MSP, government announces MSP for 23 crops. Plus 1 crop is sugarcane, for which government announces FRP, fair and remunerative price. Fair and remunerative price. This is sugarcane. When I say 23 plus 1 is sugarcane. So there are 23 crops in which government announces, MSP. Now, if the government has given guarantee, legal guarantee that I'll be taking all these products. So government have to give this much prices to the farmers, yes or no? So there will be some problem with the government. The very first problem, it will be burden. Burden means Fiscal burden. This much amount government has to pay. Fiscal burden. And this much amount of money could be diverted to something else, which could be better in terms of social welfare things. One is this fiscal burden could be huge with the government. Second thing, this much if government has collected, procure mean bought, procure mean if government has procured this much amount, there will be problem of storage where the government will keep this much. Okay, so because of these two things, it is not very much favorable, or it is not very much good that government should go for all these investments. Or government should go for legal guarantee by itself. Government is giving a kind of guarantee that I'll be buying in case nobody is buying. I'll be buying in case nobody is buying. So it is not very much favorable looking into the capacity of the government in terms of its fiscal thing, in terms of the rupee it is having, in terms of budget. Budget means money it gets. In terms of budget and in terms of storage capacity. It is not very much favorable right now that if government goes like this. Third thing is the WTO things, WTO obligation. WTO obligation. I am interested today in talking about WTO obligation because this we have already talked earlier as well. WTO obligation. Okay. So I am talking with respect to, got the point when it is saying legal guarantee that if anybody, whoever is buying from the government should have to give MSP to the farmers, floor price. Yes, half of the GDP. Okay, from where you got this data? Half of the GDP should be spent on storage facilities. This is huge. You know, we have 200 lakh crore of GDP, around 200 lakh crore we have GDP. 100 lakh crore is needed for storage maintenance and all that. Storage making and storage maintenance. 100 lakh crore. From where you got this data, man? Nearly. It is you what you're thinking. Yeah? Look into some committee reports. From there you can talk. From there you should talk. Because they would have done some survey, they would have done some proper estimation, scientific estimation. Only then they would have come to a figure like this. This is not 50%, half of the GDP. So what I am saying that, see, in case when we say legal guarantee means whoever is buying, that is another thing. But legal guarantee means that MSP will be given to the farmers. MSP will be, minimum support will be given to the farmers. And in case anybody is not giving this much minimum support price, or this floor price to the farmers, he or she, that private party, will be penalized. Got the point? This is legal. There should be some punishment. There should be some provision of punishment. This will be basically in terms of penalty. This will be not a criminal offense. This will be a civil offense. So for civil offense, we have penalty kind of provision. We can take penalty. They can be penalized by the government in case they are not giving minimum support to the farmers. It is one thing. And now I'm coming to the government. If government is giving MSP, what will happen at the platform of WTO, World Trade Organization? So World Trade Organization, first thing you need to understand, the very first thing you need to understand, it will be taking 10 more minutes, I think. Will it be okay with all you guys? Just 10 minutes, okay? So WTO. WTO is basically talking about fair and fair competition. WTO is fair competition. The very centered thing. Fair competition, fair trade. In the very center of the WTO is fair competition, is fair trade. Fair trade. So whatever is like distortive to this, whatever distorts this, this RBI will be, WTI will be restricting these distortion, restricting these distortion. Okay, RBI will, sorry, WTI will be restricting all those distortion which is distorting in getting free trade or in getting fair competition. This is international competition. This is international market. WTO will be talking about international market. International market means export and import. Export and import of all country or one country. Export and import mean international market. Got it? Of all countries. Of all countries. So one country is exporting, mean one country is selling. Another country is exporting, mean another country is selling. So when they are selling their items, they should be fair. There should be fair competition among these two. So I am talking with respect to export only, country one and country two. Say country one and country one and country two. Country one and say country two. Country one and country two. So supposedly it is country one, it is country one, it is country two, and here it is like domestic. Here it is like government. Government is over here, and government is also over here. Yes or no? And this is, and government is also over here, and there are producers who are like who do like exports. Okay, this is like producer. Here it is like producer, domestic producer. Here it is also like producer, and these producers are basically exporters, exportings. These producers are like exporters, basically are exporting. And see, if government is giving them more support, government is giving them support, then because of this support, here supposedly the support is high. Suppose it high, the price over here while exporting will be less or high. Support is high from the government in terms of rupees, in terms of subsidy, in terms of incentives, subsidy, incentives, or less tax. Tax is like less, tax is like very less. So these are different support. Rules and regulations are very easy. No rules and regulation, very easy rules and regulation. Okay, so it will be making the price of these export items will be towards lower side, less. Yes, sir? It will be making these products, the prices of these products less. And supposedly here is like no support. Here is like no support or very less support. Less support. Less support or no support from the government. No support from the government. So while exporting, these prices will be, while exporting, the prices mean country two. This is country one, this is country two, this is country one, this is country two. The prices will be more or high. Prices will be high. So WTO will be looking this support from the government as trade restrictive or trade distortive. Sorry, trade distortive. WTI will be looking into this. WTO will be looking into this support as trade, because it is not fair competition now. They will be competing. Who can compete now? Competition. Who can compete now? This competition. The country one exporter will be competing. Competition, and this is getting unfair competition. This is getting unfair competition because of support of the country one's government. Yes or no? Because of support of country one's government. Domestic support, it is also called as domestic support. It is also called as domestic support. Got the point? So RBI will be saying this support as trade restrictive. This is restricting the trade. This is not making trade fair enough. Just restrictive. Distorted, right? Distorted. This kind of support is by WTO. This kind of support will be said as trade distortive. Trade distortive. I mean, it is creating distortion in trade and making it unfair. Making it unfair. Yes, country one. So it will be restricting these kind of So here WTO will be restricting these support. WTO will be restricting these domestic support of country, one. Domestic support means country one's government. Got the point? Yes, country one. So this is the basic behind the restrictions put by WTO in its different agreement. In its different agreement, you can witness different restrictions. Those restrictions are put so as to make the trade, make the international market more fair and having better competition. So accordingly, and now what if now suppose try to understand here one thing. Now what if this government, this is a developed country and this is a developing country. Now developing country will be saying, now this is an issue. Developing country will be saying to WTO, no, we will have to give domestic support to our exporters because our exporter is relatively weaker, relatively don't have that much infrastructural facilities as your producer or exporters are having. So now there will be a debate between developed country and developing countries regarding all these. So developing countries will be fighting or will be negotiating regarding the reduction of these kind of support, which is seen as trade distortive by WTO. So most of the time you can witness, most of the time WTO will be witnessing, WTO will be favoring most of the time, or WTO, maybe WTO will be favoring developed countries. Yes or no? I am taking an assumption like this, although it could be wrong as well. But you yourself need to look into this. Do they favor more developed countries? To developed countries, do they favor more? Favoring developed countries. Question mark. You need to look into this. Peace accord is there is no. Yes, there is no peace accord. And on the basis of peace accord, if any support is not done on the, especially in agriculture, agreement on agriculture. So if you look into the WTO thing, it is agreement on agriculture. This is WTO is nothing but a group of agreements. There are many agreements, a collection of agreements, and among those agreements, one agreement is called agreement on agriculture. One agreement is called agreement on agriculture. Agreement on agriculture. So in agriculture, who will be the producer? In agriculture, who will be the producer? Now farmer will be the producer. I can take another pen so that here only you can understand. Farmer will be the producer, and the support which is given will be called as MSP kind of thing. Yes or no? Got the point? MSP kind of thing. And MSP is seen as trade distortive. So those support are nothing but subsidies. Those support are nothing but subsidies. You need to read this. I'll be uploading this as well. So those support are nothing but subsidies. Some subsidies are kept in green box. Some subsidies are kept in development box. Some subsidies are kept in blue box. In these box, there is no limit. Whatever support government can do. There is no limit of the support from the government. To whatever extent the government can support their domestic producer, government can do that. There is no such limitation. But there is another box. Why there is no limitation? Because in these three support, domestic support, or in these subsidies, it is not considered as trade, not considered as trade distortive. It is not distorting trade distortive. For example, in India, for farmers, government has made irrigation canal. Government has made irrigation canal. Government has made some agriculture research and development center. So will it be, should it be, government has made roads so that farmers can take their agriculture produce from their farm field to market. So this is support from the government, but no doubt to agriculture, this is support from the government, and no doubt supporting the agriculture as well. But should it be considered as trade restrictive? Making irrigation canals and all these research and development centers, roads and other facilities? No, yes. That's why, because of these things, these three boxes are said as are not having been said as trade restricted. Sorry, trade distorted. Are not said as, I'm saying, trade distorted. It is not distorting the trade. It is not kind of making the trade in one's favor. It is not, these kind of support is not making the trade, is not making the business in one's favor from the government side. It is not like that. So these are like not okay. Just 5 minutes more. These are like, got the point? Not considered as trade distortive. So that's why, see, developmental. So this is developmental, huh? Yes or no? This is developmental. Green box is also regarding climate change. Green box is also regarding domestic policies with respect to research, extension, inspection, grading, environment, conservation program, disaster relief, crop insurance, domestic. So these are also kind of creating infrastructure. This is also kind of developmental in nature. And blue box is a story. Do you want to hear the story of this blue box? I'm making it in short. Okay. See what happened. What happened in 1980s and 60s, 80s, 70s and 60s, during this period, basically 80s and 70s. What happened? That US and European communities in European countries were giving huge support to their producers, to farmers. Okay, and because of that, production was very high. And they have made a fixed kind of resource to make their products high. So they have developed a fixed kind of resources and they have now a fixed or a big amount of resource which is giving them a good level of production. And this is because of the support from the government, support from the US government, support from the European countries government. So these countries got huge resources developed and fixed so that production will be always high. So this support was given. This support were given in 1980s and 70s only. But WTO agreement kind of thing is coming in 1990. So you have given support earlier only. You have already given support, and because of this support, you have developed a good level of resources, a good level of asset, and because of this good level of asset, you will always be having good level of production. Good level of production will be making your prices of item will be coming down, will be less, and your item you can export more. You can sell your item more in terms of production as well as in terms of prices. So what WTO is saying now, that okay, whatever support you are giving to US government and European countries, whatever support you are giving, now these support, reduce these support. This support was already given earlier. The support was already given earlier in 1980s and 70s. Now what is WTO saying to US and US and European countries that limit. I mean, what you give support? You give support to the. I mean, see, 1 second. Now, what European, what WTO is saying to European and US country, that okay, tell these farmers, tell these, supposedly it is land. Supposedly, I'm giving example. Suppose it is land, and land will be giving you crop. Land will be giving you crop, and you have enough land as you have developed these land in 1980s and 70s, and because of this enough land and its productivity, you have enough crop these days. So these days it would be trade distorted. It is distorting the trade. So what you do, supposedly you have 100 acres of land. Tell your farmers to not produce crop in all piece of land. Tell them that leave the some 30 acre of land. I'm giving example. 30 acre of land as fallow. 30 acre of land, no product, no crop is to be produced over here, and produce only in 70 acre. Yes or no? So you are telling your farmers to reduce production by keeping the land fallow, by not utilizing all lands. So obviously this will reduce the income of, this will reduce income of farmer. Yes or no? You are getting? Obviously this will reduce the income of farmer. What I said, you got the point? That in 1980s and 70s, I mean, European countries and US were giving huge support to their producers, to their farmers, and because of that, they got fixed kind of resources, fixed kind of assets, and with the help of fixed kind of assets, they will be always successful in making huge production or making the prices low, because when products are huge, when supply is high, prices will be lower, towards lower side. So they will be always having an edge in international market because of the support which were given in 70s and 80s. Now the support which were given in 70s and 80s should be neutralized, and that will be neutralized if you will be saying to your farmers, okay, don't use all lands in production, use only this much percentage. But when you will say this, that use only this much piece of land to produce products, to crops, then obviously this will reduce the income of the farmer. Yes or no? Obviously this will reduce the income of the farmer. So now what you will do? Now farmers will be complaining to the government. The European Union farmers and US farmers will be complaining to the government that our income is reduced because of your policy. You said us not to utilize all piece of land in production. So what to do now? Give us more money. So government, to neutralize this demand from the producers, of the farmers, government is now again giving subsidy, and this subsidy is to neutralize the reduced income of farmers. So this is kept in blue box. So blue box is basically to limit. Blue box subsidy is given to limit the production. When you will be reading this, you will be finding this interesting, and you will be thinking that why to limit the production, government is giving subsidy. Everybody got this? Yes or no? I'm talking about blue box. Right now I'm talking about blue box. You got it? You people are there or stuck? Okay, thank you. Yes. So this blue box is a little interesting. That's why I talked about this. So now there is amber box. I was interested in talking about amber box. So whatever kept in amber box, those all support kind of thing, those all support kept in amber box is considered as trade distortive. So amber box, whatever is kept in amber box is trade distortive. Trade distortive means it will make the price in international market as low, and because of this you will be able to export more. So it will be affecting the price. That's why. So all kind of support which is given by the government is considered as it will be no doubt affecting the overall price in which these items are to be sold in international market. If support is more, prices will be less. This is to understand. And MSP is support, yes or no? MSP is support. And the thing to understand over here is that we developing countries can give only, who can give more support, developed country or developing countries? From your common sense, who can give more support, or who should give more support as on the basis of justice, as on the basis of who should give more support? Because I talked about that debate now. I talked about that debate will take place in developing countries. Will be saying we don't have that, our farmers are not having that much capacity, so let us give more support to our farmers, let us give more support to our producers. This will be said by developing countries. So developing countries, after negotiation, got it like, okay, developing countries can give 10% support to their 10% to the value of production. Supposedly the crop which is produced is of 1000, the limit of support will be of 10%, and 10 will be coming from the government. Sorry, 10% of 1000 is 100 will be coming from the government. Okay, the crop value is, if the crop value is 1000, that 100 will be given from the government, so it is 10% support. So this kind of support where this support is given can be given by developing countries, this support. So article, or this article is talking about, this article is saying, okay, if you will give, or what we are talking about here, if you will give, if the government is supposed to procure all 23 crops at MSP, it will exceed the limit which we have given in WTO regarding the support we can give to the farmers. It will mean exceed, and whatever is an international platform is our agreement. No, we had agreed there, and we are kind of having legally, not legally, but we are kind of ethically, as well as on the basis of promise, on the basis of agreement we have done. We are bound to follow this. But in this, if we exceed like 10% is said over here. If we exceed like more than 10%, if we went like 15%, then nobody will be complaining in that court, in the court of WTO, as per the peace clause. Peace clause is saying that if any developing countries exceeds its limit of providing domestic support, domestic subsidies on the basis of amber box, nobody will be complaining against that developing countries in the court of WTO. So this is as per peace clause. Because see, what we do, when government is taking food from farmer, what we do, try to understand the justice thing, fair thing. Food is procured, and we have a system of PDS, public distribution system, where food is distributed. Government collects food from the producer on the basis of MSP, and to ensure that food can be distributed on the basis of our system, public distribution system, food can be gone to the hungry people, poor people. This is very much required. This is also one of the major goal of sustainable development goals, to achieve this zero hunger thing. Yes or no? So this is very much required, that we should be buying on MSP from farmers all those foods which are supposed to be distributed in PDS system, so that we can eliminate the hunger from our country. So the connectivity, try to look into the connectivity. That limit thing is all right, but we have some requirements, or essential requirements, regarding food distribution. We are having like 40% of India's children are malnourished, 40% of children in India is malnourished. Malnourished. So can you imagine the requirement, the level of requirement of food distribution in India? So these are very much required. So I talked about many things today. I'll be keeping this much today only, and I'll upload these all in this YouTube lecture. I'll upload the file. This I'll save and I'll upload the same. So please, so hope you people find it. So you'll find it over there. Okay. So, oh, how was the class? You people got good. We talked many things today. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. I'm putting an end to this meeting. Thank you very much.